The Whisper's edge materialized in the outer orbit of Kepler 442b, without so much as a ripple in the quantum foam. No energy signature, no gravitational disturbance, no electromagnetic pulse. One moment the space around the contested world was empty, the next humanity's most feared warship hung there like a dark promise against the stars. Admiral Zekthara of the Hegemony Fourth Fleet was the first to notice the anomaly on his tactical display, or rather, the absence of one. His primary sensor operator, a nervous Yillian with trembling tentacles, had been tracking the usual debris patterns when the reading simply shifted. Something massive had displaced the cosmic dust, but their instruments detected nothing. "Run a full-spectrum analysis," Zekthara commanded, his carapace plates shifting with unease. The Hegemony had been besieging this human colony world for 3 standard months, systematically dismantling their orbital defenses. Victory was within reach. The humans should be surrendering, not whatever this was. Across the battlefield, Captain Velnara of the TriStar Alliance received similar reports. Her crystalline form pulsed with confusion as her crew struggled to explain the impossible. The gravitational lensing suggests something approximately 12 kilometers in length, her science officer reported. But we're detecting no mass, no energy output, no structural materials. It's as if space itself has been edited. The silence stretched across 19 different communication channels. Every faction that had come to claim this resource-rich world, the Hegemony, the TriStar Alliance, the Void Runners, the Keth Supremacy, all found themselves staring at the same impossibility. Their combined fleets, over 400 vessels, strong, held position as their sensors failed to comprehend what they were seeing. Then the Whisper's edge spoke. Not through traditional communications. The message appeared simultaneously in the primary language of every species present, transmitted directly into their consciousness through means their scientists would spend decades trying to understand. This world is under human protection. You have 10 minutes to withdraw beyond the heliopause. Admiral Zekthara's mandibles clicked in what passed for laughter among his people. One ship? One silent ghost ship against our combined forces? He opened a channel to the other fleet commanders. Whatever trickery this is, we outnumber them 400 to 1. Captain Velnara's response crackled through the comm. The humans have been resourceful before. Perhaps we should consider... Consider what? Interrupted War Chief Gorthak of the Keth Supremacy, his massive dreadnought bristling with weapons. Retreating from shadows? My people did not conquer 12 systems by fearing phantoms. The 10 minutes ticked by in tense silence. Ships across all fleets powered weapons and prepared for what they assumed would be a brief, if confusing, engagement. The Whisper's Edge made no aggressive moves, launched no fighters, powered no visible weapon systems. It simply existed. When the deadline passed, nothing happened for 37 seconds. Then War Chief Gorthak's flagship, the Bone Render, simply wasn't there anymore. Not destroyed, not vaporized, not reduced to debris. It had been a massive 2-kilometer-long dreadnought bristling with the most advanced Keth weaponry, crewed by 10,000 of their finest warriors. Now there was empty space where it had been, as if it had never existed at all. The silence that followed was absolute. "Impossible," whispered Admiral Zekthara. "Energy cannot be destroyed, only transformed. Matter cannot simply..." The Blood. Talon, a Hegemony cruiser, vanished next. Then a TriStar destroyer. Then 3 Void Runner corvettes simultaneously. Each disappearance was utterly without trace, without energy discharge, without explanation. Captain Velnara's voice cut through the growing panic. "Full retreat. All ships, emergency hyperspace jump protocols now." But hyperspace proved no sanctuary. Ships that attempted to jump simply didn't. They remained in normal space, their crews reporting that their engines functioned perfectly, but somehow refused to engage. They were trapped, held in place by technology that their combined scientific knowledge couldn't even detect, let alone counter. The eliminations continued, with mechanical precision. One ship every 30 seconds. Not the largest ships first, not the most threatening. The selection appeared random, which somehow made it more terrifying. The combined fleets, representing the military might of 4 major galactic powers, could only watch helplessly as they were methodically erased. In desperation, the remaining fleet commanders attempted everything. They fired their most powerful weapons at the Whisper's edge. The energy simply dissipated before reaching the ship. They tried ramming attacks. Their vessels stopped dead as if they had hit an immovable wall. They attempted to surrender. Their communications were ignored. Admiral Zekthara found his voice as his own command ship shuddered under some invisible force. "What are you? What do you want?" The response came as before, directly into their minds. "We are the consequence of underestimating humanity. We want you to leave, now." "We surrender," Captain Velnara broadcast on all frequencies. "Complete withdrawal. We acknowledge human sovereignty over this system." The disappearances stopped. Of the 412 ships that had entered the system, 63 remained. They were allowed to jump to hyperspace, carrying with them a message that would reshape galactic politics forever. As the last enemy vessel vanished into hyperspace, the Whisper's Edge received a transmission from the human colony below. "Nice work up there," came the familiar voice of Governor Martinez. "Think they'll be back?" Captain Sarah Chen, commander of the Whisper's Edge, allowed herself a small smile as she watched the quantum shrouding slowly fade, revealing her ship to normal sensors once again. The sleek, predatory lines of humanity's most advanced stealth vessel gleamed in the starlight. "I doubt it, Governor. Word travels fast in this galaxy. By next week, every major power will know that humanity doesn't just defend its worlds. We make problems disappear." She paused, considering the implications of what they'd just accomplished. "Besides, they think we have technology that can erase ships from existence. Let them keep believing that." "And the truth?" Chen's smile widened. "Sometimes the most effective weapon isn't what you use. It's what your enemies think you might use. Fear, Governor Martinez, is humanity's greatest force multiplier." The Whisper's Edge began its silent journey back to human space, leaving behind a galaxy that would never again underestimate the ingenuity, deception, and psychological warfare capabilities of the species from the small blue world in the Orion Arm. In the years that followed, human colonies would be left strictly alone, not out of respect but out of terror of the silent ships that might be watching, waiting, ready to make entire fleets disappear without a trace. Humanity had learned long ago that sometimes the most devastating victory was the one that was never fought.